Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Magi-Knights Awakening. This is a magical girl and Super Sentai inspired tabletop role-playing game where you get to confront mythos-like horrors. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by D3 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop role-playing game where you play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released Savage Swords. This is a Conan-inspired tabletop role-playing game where you get to explore ancient civilizations and confront forgotten nightmares. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Tonight, I am continuing my review series featuring S.M.A.S.H Revised Edition. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review series featuring this almost diceless, asymmetrical tabletop role-playing game of superheroes and villains, of course, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about bases and artifacts. Each base has a power source. Maybe it's a blessing. The base could be a mystical artifact. That is, the structure itself could be imbued with some sort of divine power. But this also applies to objects as well. Maybe it's all about gadgets. Your base, the artifact, could be man-made or maybe created by some other species. Maybe you have summoned the artifact or the base into existence. So there are various options. You can even have a base that transforms, like a transformer, or an artifact, a vehicle, some sort of energy pylon of sorts. Now, when it comes to sorry, there was like a thing on the screen. When it comes to hero archetypes, the key concept to this aspect of a base is that the power moves of your characters, they are usually something that is provided to the player characters by the base or the artifact itself. So no matter if you're a brick, a controller, a blaster, your powers could be connected to the artifact or the base itself. They even give you example base builds with all of the stats, skills, the power source, the hero archetypes, the moves. You have seen this several times. Those superheroes in cartoons, comic books, pretty much any sort of media, and their powers come from the perhaps a certain sacred site or magical site, or maybe it's all about science, right? It reminds me of the Valiant comic books, and you have those. Well, you could say heroes, anti-heroes, something in between. They are able to obtain their powers downloaded directly into their brains through technology, through satellite. So it could be something like that, of course. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to start taking a look at the hero archetypes, beginning with Blaster. This section, covering everything from bases, artifacts, and many nuances in between. Your base doesn't need to be your typical superhero base. It doesn't need to be like the Batcave. It doesn't need to be like the Fortress of Solitude. It could be an entirely original creation or something that borrows heavily from other popular culture sources. Or in the case of artifacts, could be a vehicle, a magical suitcase, a strange totem. There is no limit to what you can imagine with the information here in Smash. That is, you can use the mechanics here to represent your concept. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, in tabletop role-playing games, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.